post game. Just before we start, once again, I should mention that the upcoming tournament in Peterborough, Ontario, called Brawl in the Hall, which you're running.
Yep.
It's going to be a lot of fun. 2,000 points, 1,000 points per team. 1,000 points per player per team. And it's going to be cool. How much is it? $30?
$30.
$30? Canadian?
Canadian.
So Americans, if you have the chance to come here, that's like $8 American right now, dude. Canadian dollar is so weak.
Was it like lowest in 20 years or something like that?
Yeah, and it's this close to actually lowest ever. So, good job, Canadian dollar. Oil prices. So, let's discuss that game. That was a bloodbath.
Yeah.
And the points cost, in the end, it was an orc victory, but the points weren't a perfect reflection of the end result. Like, in the end, if we compared points, we probably were actually very comparable.
I was probably above you, because you had the war boss and what, two of the grot tanks?
I'm being phoned, but yes, it is. I had three grot tanks left. I had my war boss on a bike and one orc.
And then one boy.
So that combined is 400 or 500 points. 500 points.
Really?
Yeah.
400 points. Okay, you have more points than me then. I would have had.
Just because the war boss on a bike.
I would have had probably about 300 points, maybe.
400 points left. Yeah, so very comparable. The score wasn't very comparable in the end, but it's just because a lot of things stacked. I went and tried to grab an early lead early, and that's kind of what snowballed.
And he got the 8 points, and that was a pretty good lead.
Yeah, and that's it. And it's just the problem was, and like in this one especially, we can steal each other's cards. And we thought at the beginning I was at a default, at a disadvantage because I couldn't keep things back. But in the end, I think you drew more cards that applied to me. I think you stole one of mine or two of mine, and I got 3 of yours.
Yeah, we thought that with the different units he had, he wouldn't be able to camp on objectives well in his deployment and then be able... I mean, he was super fast, super assaulty army. Well, not super assaulty.
No.
Pretty assaulty.
Yeah, because more than half my army actually was grot tanks, and they can't assault.
Yeah.
They just sit there, look cute, and shoot stuff. And they got lucky a couple times. They killed a bunch of stuff. The biggest flaws of the game... Not flaws. The biggest things that happened that really affected the game were the leadership tests failed. And also... faith checks failed. You passed one.
So I think statistically...
Should have passed half of them?
I think you got like about a 60% chance roughly, because usually you need 8 or less.
Yeah, and you failed every one.
I failed every one except for, I think I made 1.
Yeah, which kept the grots alive, they stole objectives, the grot tanks alive. It just kept a lot of stuff alive. The knob bikers, they really need a pain boy in there. Pain boy would have really changed things, because I lost so many wounds. Moving through terrain alone took off like 4 or 5 wounds off that squad just moving through terrain.
Yeah, I think you actually did more damage to yourself
than I did. Yeah,
than at least that whole first batch of assaults, that big mass combat.
Who's your MVP?
That blob squad with by the time you get the Candace in there with a couple of priests, there's just so many different layered effects that you can bring into play. You can make them super durable. I got really lucky with the warlord trait that gave me
5-up invul.
The 5-up invul. That was huge. When you got a 5-up and then it's a re-rollable 5-up because of the priest, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it does stack quite nicely.
I kind of like the way I had them. So I had like the 2 blobs of 20, and then I had a priest attached to both of them, but I left them the priest kind of close enough to each other so that I could have one hop over it. You do really kind of need 2 in a squad to kind of guarantee the stuff you need.
Yeah, because other than one turn, I think one turn both of them passed, but other than that, it was always one that passed. Faith. Yeah, it was cool. It was really fun seeing them in action. There's a very interesting army, and if GW gives them a little love, they'd actually become a really nice competitive army.
Yeah, and it wouldn't take much. Like right now, the Sisters are 1 point less expensive than a Space Marine. Yeah, which is not good.
If they drop them to 12, from 12 to 11, I think that'd even be substantial.
Yeah, 12 to 11 or even 10.
Yeah,
I'll take them for a point if GW wants to do that. Sister a point.
If you're listening, I know for a fact that the Forge World watches my battle reports.
Do they?
Yeah, because when I was at Gen Con, the guy looked at me, he's like, "You're the one who plays grot tanks." I was like, "Yeah, I'm the grot tank guy." He's like, "You're the only one." I said, "Yeah, I love him."
Well, actually, the repressor that we saw in this battle report, aside from the blob of 20, that's probably my MVP. I mean, you have an AV-13 front vehicle. It was kind of an epic fail at the beginning, failing that faith thing to take away cover, because that's if I've got 4 Stormbolters in there, plus the vehicle itself with the flamer and everything else. It's a pretty good way of taking care of some campers.
It really is. It really was. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I just kept moving up. The Morkanaut is really funny because once the Morkanaut fails at one invul and you have the chance to blow him up, it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
And it did happen. It was a Melta this time.
That's the only way I've ever taken it out is just the one lucky Melta hit.
Yep. And
that's all you need.
That's it. And your Exorcists as well, they're AP1. So, you know, it's a 1/3 chance of just blowing it up.
Exorcists, you know, I see a ton of Exorcists. You know, one thing I would love to see with the Sisters is I'd love to see the Pantone engine put into an elite slot. Mm-hmm. Leave the heavy alone. That would be great.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's really nothing in elite that you really want to take.
No.
Like you got I think the Sister Repensia's in there, but I've yet to think of a way aside from bringing in Inquisition to actually make them function.
Yeah.
They don't even have an armor save.
No.
They have nothing. They stand there and they take it.
Pretty much. On that note, no, it's awesome. So we really hope you enjoyed this guy's battle reports. I'm going to kill because I think we're running out of film. Actually, we are. So it's okay. But remember, check out Brawl in the Hall. Link in the description below. It is a tournament happening on February 20th.
20th, yep.
20th, and it's in Peterborough, Ontario at the library. And as always, my name is Jay, and this is
Dave
saying.